Hello everyone, welcome to Historically Accurate. Today I would like to talk about Liu Bei, a historical figure in the Three Kingdoms period. Liu Bei was the founder of the Kingdom of Shu. Compared with Cao Cao, the founder of the Wei Kingdom, and Sun Quan, the founder of the Wu Kingdom, Liu Bei was from a very low starting point. In the process of establishing Kingdom of Shu, he was repeatedly defeated and deprived of his territories. But in the end, he went through all the hardships and difficulties to found the Kingdom of Shu for his own ideals, which lasted for decades. My understanding of Liu Bei has changed over the years. Initially, I liked Liu Bei because he was portrayed as a protagonist in the novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms. But then I found that he was often weepy and wailing, and my fondness for him dropped dramatically. And instead, I came to like Cao Cao, who had character and was strong. When I got older and learned about Liu Bei's life from historical books rather than novels, I realized that Liu Bei was indeed a great emperor. Learning about his life can bring great inspiration to our lives. In this episode, I will talk about Liu Bei from the perspectives of both the novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms and the historical book Records of the Three Kingdoms. The Records of the Three Kingdoms described Liu Bei as a man who was 7 chi and 5 cun tall, around 175 centimeters. He had long arms that extended beyond his knees and had huge ears that he could see them when he turned his head. His ancestor was King Jing of Zhongshan, son of Emperor Jing of Han, so Liu Bei belonged to the imperial family. It's a pity that the title of his line had already been lost. Both Liu Bei's grandfather and father had served as officials, but because Liu Bei's father died young, Liu Bei and his mother could only make ends meet by weaving summer sleeping mats and straw sandals. In the Eastern Han Dynasty, which valued identity and family, people like Liu Bei had nothing. Fortunately, Liu Bei had an uncle from the same clan who sponsored his son and Liu Bei to study under Lu Zhi, the great Confucian scholar at that time, along with Gong Sun Zan, who was later known as White Horse General. However, Liu Bei was not really into reading. Instead, he liked riding horses, listening to music, and wearing nice clothes.
我打了一辈子仗就不能享受享受吗？
He also loved to make friends with all kinds of capable people. These people all followed Liu Bei. Liu Bei's leadership attracted the attention of two tycoons. They gifted Liu Bei large sums of money, so Liu Bei used the money to recruit a militia army to fight the Yellow Turbans. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei joined Liu Bei's army at this time, and Liu Bei treated them like his own brothers. In the novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the author Luo Guanzhong dramatized this story by having Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei become sworn brothers in Zhang Fei's peach garden, and by having Zhang Fei spend his family fortune to recruit this militia army. This deepened the relationship between them, but it virtually downplayed Liu Bei's abilities. After all, whether in the Three Kingdoms period or today, people who can attract large investments just by virtue of their personal charisma are either truly awesome or liars. With his own army and the help of Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, Liu Bei was finally able and qualified to participate in the suppression of the Yellow Turban Rebellion. In one encounter with the Yellow Turbans, Liu Bei was even wounded and had to fake death to escape. It was precisely because of these military exploits, which almost cost him his life, that Liu Bei was appointed as the Xianwei of Anxi County, the sheriff in charge of the public security of the county. Later, the imperial court decided to dismiss those who had become officials by military merit, so the commodore's Duyou came to inspect Anxi County. So, what did the Duyou do? Simply put, he was a commodore official in charge of supervising subordinate officials and examining prisons and cases, and had a lot of power. Liu Bei was probably among those to be dismissed. Hence, he wanted to visit the Duyou. However, the Duyou completely ignored him. The position that was originally rewarded for the military exploits that almost cost his life was about to be easily deprived by the imperial court. And then the Duyou was also arrogant and rude. Liu Bei was completely irritated. He forced his way into the Duyou's place, tied the Duyou up, and beat him more than 200 times with a bamboo stave. Then he hung his official seal around the neck of the Duyou and left. In the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Zhang Fei was said to be the one who beat up the Duyou, and Liu Bei was said to be the one who prevented the Duyou from being beaten to death. This was to highlight the recklessness and fierceness of Zhang Fei and the kindness of Liu Bei. But this once again oversimplified Liu Bei's character. Liu Bei furiously beat up the Duyou mainly because the Duyou was arrogant and rude, and he abandoned his government position due to two reasons. First, the government didn't truly recognize the people who were rewarded with government positions for their military achievements. Second, the government position that he was given was far from his ideal. In my episode about Qin Shi Huang, I talked about the system of government of the Qin dynasty. The system of the government of the Han dynasty was quite similar to that of the Qin dynasty. Xian Wei, the position that Liu Bei worked so hard to get, was only in charge of the public security. It was not a county magistrate who was in charge of the entire county. In the Eastern Han dynasty, becoming government officials mainly depended on the recommendations from the big shots. It was only in Liu Bei's time, when the entire ancient China was in chaos, that a person with no powerful background like him could obtain a government position through military exploits. Liu Bei was irritated by the fact that the Duyou looked down on him because of his status. Because the government couldn't completely suppress the Yellow Turbans, they had to rely on these local armed forces to annihilate the Yellow Turbans. Therefore, after Liu Bei abandoned his previous government position, he was able to continue fighting in other places. Later on, by virtue of his military exploits, he was rewarded with the position of Xiancheng of Xiami County and the position of Xianwei of Gaotang County. He was even promoted to be the magistrate of Gaotang County. However, Gaotang County was soon conquered by the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and Liu Bei had to leave and join his classmate Gong Sun-zan. Gong Sun-zan's government position was already relatively high at this time, and he recommended Liu Bei to the government for the position of Biebu Sima, which was a lower-ranking military officer position. And then Liu Bei followed Gong Sun-zan to participate in a war against Dong Zhuo. In the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Liu Bei was almost portrayed as the protagonist of the war against Dong Zhuo. His sworn younger brother, Guan Yu, killed and beheaded Dong Zhuo's famous general, Hua Xiong, and Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei joined forces to defeat Lü Bu. In fact, Liu Bei had nothing to boast of in the war against Dong Zhuo. Later, Liu Bei was appointed as the magistrate of Pingyuan County for his military exploits in helping Gong Sun-zan fight against Yuan Shao, and was eventually promoted to the chancellor of Pingyuan Commandery. The position of the chancellor was equivalent to the magistrate of a commandery, which was the head of a commandery. Pingyuan Commandery consisted of 10 counties, including Pingyuan County and Gaotang County. Until then, Liu Bei had been promoted to the highest level administrative official in charge of 10 counties from an unimportant xianwei since he beat the Duyou. He had his own territory and finally became one of the warlords fighting for the control of ancient China. While Liu Bei was the chancellor of Pingyuan Commandery, he defended the commandery against the looting of the Yellow Turbans externally and tried to restore the production and taxation internally. When ordinary people came to see him, he sat down with them, ate with them, and talked with them without putting on airs. A man in Pingyuan Commandery was ashamed of being under Liu Bei's jurisdiction because of Liu Bei's humble background and sent an assassin to kill Liu Bei. However, the assassin was unwilling to kill Liu Bei because Liu Bei treated him very well. He told Liu Bei his purpose of visit and left. Gradually, Liu Bei's reputation for benevolence and righteousness spread, and many people came to join him. General Guan Hai of the Yellow Turbans led his army to attack Beihai Commandery. Kong Rong, the chancellor of Beihai Commandery, sent Tai Shici to break out of the siege and ask Liu Bei for help. Kong Rong was a descendant of Confucius and a famous Confucian scholar at that time. Liu Bei was very excited when he heard that Kong Rong actually knew him, and immediately led 3,000 elite soldiers to Beihai to rescue Kong Rong. When the Yellow Turbans heard that reinforcements were coming, they fled. Liu Bei rescued Kong Rong without even a fight, which significantly boosted his reputation. Immediately afterwards, Cao Cao led his army to attack Xu province. Tao Qian, the governor of Xu province, asked Gong Sun Zan's subordinate Tian Kai for help. Tian Kai was the Cishi of Qing province at that time, and he led Liu Bei to help Tao Qian fight against Cao Cao. This time, Liu Bei not only gained a great reputation, but also got the entire Xu province. His territory expanded dozens of times. However, this was the beginning of his unsettled life for the next 10 years. In my next video, I will tell you those interesting and captivating stories. See you next time!